It took me a while to realize that I actually needed any help with my hearing. And the family really pushed me into it. And when I eventually got the hearing aids, after much discussion about the high cost, um, I found them okay, but then I found that batteries were expensive. So in the long term, I stopped wearing them, which really was a very silly thing to do, but that's what happened. So this led me to look for another solution. And I was actually looking for hearing aids with that are rechargeable. But when I was looking, I found this interesting company called Wear and Hear. And after some searching with frequently asked questions and listening to people who had actually used the device, I decided to take a plunge and go ahead and buy the Be Here Now. It was, of course, very, very, very much cheaper than the headphones I was looking at. And so I bought it, and I'm very pleased with the results so far. And of course, particularly in the family, they've stopped sort of saying, why can't you hear? You know, why do you ask me to say that again? So it's changed things quite a lot in the house because my wife particularly is benefiting from not having the television absolutely blasting out. The situation I find now is that when I'm particularly listening to a conversation on the mobile phone, this is dramatic improvement for me because I was finding it very difficult to hear conversations either on the actual phone itself, holding it to my ear, or in fact through the speaker. This has made a dramatic difference. It is really very, very clear, and that's a great help. And the other thing I find is that it's rather interesting. If somebody is on the line and absolutely gabbling away to me, I press the speech slow down button, and that really helps also. I would say that anybody who's looking for hearing aids or some solution to help their hearing, I would certainly say try one of the Wear and Hear headsets, because first of all, there is a tremendous saving from the economical point of view, but also from the actual quality of hearing and the people think you listen to music and people don't realize you have a hearing problem. I love playing with gadgets, and this to me was a new gadget. And it took me a very short time. I read the instructions. There are also very helpful videos, which I watched as well. And to set it up and do the hearing tests, really very simple. It's absolutely ABC. And got it up and running very quickly. And then after that, of course, I found out there were other little tweaks that you can do. And so really it was not a problem at all. Anybody who isn't sort of tech, no problem at all. One of the things I do find very useful is when I'm outside the house is when shopping, and particularly at the checkout counter. It's very helpful to hear, first of all, what they're saying. And nowadays with the Perspex screen in front of the cashier and the mask on, it's very difficult sometimes to hear what people say, and I have no problem at all with that. I noticed one particular person always asking me the same question. How easy is it to use? Is it comfortable? And I said, yeah, why? Well, I actually have a little bit of trouble hearing. And to cut a long story short, they went out and bought one and are forever grateful. Every time we talk, they says, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's a woman, and she literally, every time, and she says to people, Rodney's changed my life.